Hey, my name's Scott. I don't really know what name to use. I guess I could use the criminal name I was going to use. My pseudonym was going to be Rhombus, the crooked little square. I didn't. It didn't take because I felt uncomfortable using it, but I thought it would fit me because, I think I'm a good person, and I really am mostly. Treat people well usually, but I've done almost all the wrong things there are to do, and I was counting it up. I've been to 10 different jails, never prison though. I'm low key and I'm a terrible, terrible criminal. I point all kinds of arrows straight to my door, and like use my own ID with a stolen credit card to buy something, or that kind of stuff. Because I'm that guy that puts his name on the back of the money request when he robs the bank. Like, I don't know why, and I'm smart. I am a smart guy, and so it's that way. But I've had an interesting life when it comes to the law, and strangely, I had this sex fiance. She laughed at me. She's like, "You are incredible. You don't get in trouble for the things you shouldn't get in trouble for. You get all kinds of grace, but then you get busted or accused of all the things that you don't do, and it's strange, and it is." So anyway, I'm since I was young, I've been impetuous, and I don't really handle authority well. I think I'm smarter than all my teachers when I'm a kid, and really don't have time for being told what to do. So I got a reputation as a smartass as a youngster, and at some point I just had to own it, and I decided it was better to be a smartass than a dumbass, and own that. And I used it, even with the law. And I thought it was stupid because I thought it was getting me in more trouble, just being ridiculously pert with policemen and judges. But the reality was, it's the only times I stood up for my rights, and the other times I got in trouble with the law when I was not confident, when I was doing something that shouldn't be wrong, but I thought was wrong, which was using a stimulant like cocaine, or I didn't feel like I was okay to stand up for my rights, and I got walked on. Or when I've been stealing and caught stealing, I've been walked on, and I have had my rights violated over and over again. Anyway, my first experience with the law was with a security cop at school. I actually got a ticket for the improper opening of a vehicle door, and that's it was really hard for me to understand that as a crime, because it seems ridiculous that we'd have a law for such a thing. Because how do you open a door improperly, a vehicle door improperly? There's only one way to do it, So it was ridiculous to me. But here's how it happened. My girlfriend is dropping me off at school, a block away from school, and I get out of the car and I open the door, a driver's side door, and I give her a long kiss. And this school policeman drives by in his car and goes by one way, and then comes back by real slow the other direction, and creeping. And I step off and say wave goodbye, and I light up smoke, or I'm getting ready to light up a cigarette, and the officer steps out. His name was Mike. He used to be a school security guard, just a regular plainclothes security guard. He was a real nice guy then, but once he put on that badge and the school police uniform, he turned into an enemy in a way that I don't know that he knew at the time, but we noticed it. We definitely noticed it, because we were suddenly criminals to be chased or to gone sought after, interrogated in ways that's not okay at school, in my opinion. I don't think police belong at school unless there's actually something egregious that has happened. Not there to wander around and investigate children, because it's not conductive to a learning environment, or what I would want children to grow up with, an understanding of the law is. I don't want my son to grow up walking through school wondering if he's in trouble all the time with the law, or establishing an idea that the law is against him or in any way at all. But so he's looking at me, and I'm like making a smart ass comment. I was like, "Mike, you can't bust me anymore. I'm 18 now. I'm 18 now, so you can't bust me for smoking." And he said, "Oh." He's like, "Well, come here." And he gives me the ticket for improper opening of the vehicle door. I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me." And he's like, "No." So anyway, I go to court. And judge finally, I sit there for, whatever it is, an hour while people are going through all their other things. And I have the most unique case in there, I think. It might not be the most troublesome or high fines, but it was the most interesting for sure, I thought. Because I didn't know what it was. How could it be against the law to open a door wrong? And the judge, he calls me up, he reads the thing, and he goes, "Huh, I need to look this up to see if this is a law." And I said, yeah, I know, right? It's ridiculous. And, making a joke right out front. And, I might have invented, right? Anyway, so he looks it up in this big tome of laws, and he's thinking, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? And he's like, no, this sounds dangerous. I'm giving you the maximum fine, $90. And I said, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, he reads the statute out loud. It was something about blocking traffic. And so I understood how the law might have become. Somebody opened their car door in traffic and somebody died or got hit because they weren't paying attention. So somebody thought we needed a law to control people or keep people from opening the door in traffic instead of common sense or a little instruction. I doubt the law is going to stop the next person that's not paying attention who opens the door in traffic. It's not something people think about when they open their door. A judge wouldn't have thought of it because he didn't know it was law. And so I didn't even think about this until recently, but how can I be charged and convicted with the maximum penalty for a law the judge doesn't even know exists? And for him to think it's dangerous and I should know better. But I'm like, the spirit of law is lost in here because, I point out that the cop drove by in both directions. So there's no way at all that I'm blocking traffic. So the letter of the law, I suppose, I improperly opened the vehicle door, but I don't know how I would have opened it had I were I to get out, because I have to open it into that street. It is always going to open into the theory of traffic, but it's a residential street, and yeah, like I said, he drove by both ways, so no way. So that's my first experience, and I realized at that point, being smart and cocky with the police or the judges results in punitive retaliation.